Hi guys, Big Niche here, and it is May the 12th. So the 12th day of my birthday month and the 12th day of celebrating. Um, so today I feel like I just want to be productive. I get a huge emotional payoff when I have a productive day. So that is my goal. I like feeling like I got a lot done. I like feeling like I got things that have been on my list marked off. And I like decluttering makes me feel good, so that's going to be part of it. Making progress, making things look better. It just makes you relax and breathe and enjoy your surroundings. So that's basically what I'm going to be focused on. So I've had a couple of things that I've been putting off a little bit that I kind of want to get to. And I just had a little bit of inspiration to kind of rearrange some things in the bedroom. So I want to actually get part of that done today as well too. I need to do some yard work. The grass needs to be cut. I've been kind of putting that off. And since I'm at home, it's just easier if I knock it out. So I'm hoping that I'll get that done. I do have to work today. I have been working. So I will just kind of work it in between my schedule. So on my breaks, I'll get a little bit done and just kind of come along with me. I did go outside for just a little bit to cut a portion of the lawn, and I'm just gonna have to do it that way because I don't have a whole lot of time all at once unless I just wait until after my work shift and do it all, which I didn't want to do. So I just went outside for a little bit and did the smallest portion of the yard, which is on the side of the house. So at least one area is down. And then we've pretty much got the two largest areas left, which is the entire front and other side of the yard and then the backyard. So I don't know if I'll get to all of it today, but I am glad that I got that one section done, a little bit closer to having the whole yard done. So I'm going to get to work for a little bit and we'll check back in. Okay, so I think I've decided that I'm just going to put the watermelon right here in the bed and just give it this much space to kind of work with by itself. I'm not a big fan of how much space watermelon says it needs, but I do want to give it the best shot that I can. So I'm going to till up some of this dirt, put some of the raised garden bed soil in there as well. Just mix it in because it needs some light, fluffy soil to be successful as well. It looks like I've got some ants in my bed. I don't know if that's going to be a problem, but I just noticed it right here. You can see the little mounds that they're forming. Anyway, I'm just gonna sort of plop it in there. I did put some strawberry roots that I bought from the store along the edge here, all the way down the side of the bed, and they don't seem to be doing anything. They didn't look great when I took them out of the package either. I wish I had kind of thought about that a little bit better. I like kept the receipt or something so that I could try and get my money back, because I don't think that they're going to be successful at all. The squash is looking pretty good. The cucumber is looking a little bit puny. I feel bad that I only got the one, so if it's not gonna do well, then I definitely will have to get some replacements for the cucumber. Yeah, so I'm just gonna work on getting the watermelon down in here and then move on from there. Say that they say for one watermelon you need like a 5 foot by 5 foot area, so like 25 square feet, but the inside of the bed is just under 4 foot wide, so I'm going to place it right here. This is marked at 5 feet with the tape measure, so if I place it here, it'll have room to spread out sort of in any direction. And this really is just meant that I'm not terribly worried about here in the middle, so the plant can even go over that or in between it, or I can clip them in out and not be disappointed at all. I did transplant some of them here, and there's still some more here along the side of the bed, so I don't think I'm gonna have any problems with keeping some on hand. I doubt I'll go through it like that, but here's my little watermelon, guys. So it looks like, I don't know if I'll be able to break it apart. I think you're supposed to be really careful with the roots, so I don't know, I might just end up putting all of these down in there just like they are. If it falls apart a little bit, I might be able to separate a couple of them, give them some space between each other, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'm just gonna get it in there and see how it does. All right, so these are my little broccoli sprouts. I'm gonna do my best to try and gently separate them and just place them sort of randomly in the bed. I'm not super invested in them doing great, so it's just like a trial and error type thing with putting these in here. But I'm gonna put one in the corner over here where it's kind of bare, even though I just put my watermelon here. And I know the watermelon's gonna get big and it's gonna need space, but I intend just to, like I said, try it out, see how it works. And I'm going to put it in this far corner just to see how it does before the vines for the watermelon take over. And then if the watermelon doesn't do well at all, at least I haven't completely wasted the space that I used for it. And then I'm going to plop another one down right here next to this pepper in between the mint leaves. There's sort of a gap right here, so I'm just going to plop another one right in there with some of the raised bed soil and water them in. So this one was starting to actually unravel, so I just kind of peeled it to see if I could take a peek in there. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a root growing down right there from this sprout. So I'm going to try and be very careful separating these and just see how they do. I think I might keep those two that are side by side together, and then that one on its own probably put in a different hole. Anyway, gonna get these babies in. All right, so I figured since I'm out here, it's probably about time to try something with this pineapple. Now, I was doing some research, and there were things that I saw that were mixed, so I don't know if this is gonna work or not. I have very, very, very low expectations from this being any good because of my own fault that I waited way too long. You can see that the roots in this have grown super long. There might even be a little bit of core rot. It actually still looks pretty good, but I'm not sure. I'm not confident in this at all, except that it does have some baby green leaves down in the center there. So that's kind of promising, even though the outside has turned yellow and some of it's died off. I waited way too long. These are probably 10, 15 times as long as the roots should be allowed to get when you remove the top. So basically you just twist, or I cut mine to remove the top of the pineapple, and then you peel back a few of the layers of leaves. You remove those and exposes the root system. You can set it in water, which is what I did, just barely covering the roots, which are right along here where they start. And they're very, very tiny and short. They're not like this at all. I've waited, like I said, it's probably at least been like 5 or 6 weeks now, way too long. So they'll be teeny tiny and they'll get a little longer, and then you're supposed to be able to put them in soil. Well, when I was looking that up earlier, it said you don't even want to put them in water at all. You want to just set that shallow base basically to no higher than here, right along the yellow core on the bottom, and just basically set it right in the soil to there and leave it alone. They said that's because when you take it out of the water and put it into soil, it goes through too much shock, so it probably won't survive. And the fact that I've waited this long and a lot of the green is gone out of this plant, it's just probably not likely anything good will come of it. However, I've got it. I'm gonna try it anyway. I've got this pot to put it in. The first guy that said to do it in water to expand the roots a bit before you put it in soil said to get a really big pot to start it in. That way you don't have to transplant it. Well, the second guy that said put it directly in the soil and don't worry about putting it in water first said to put it in a small pot first. So conflicting messages, I'm not really sure. He says that they like confined spaces, the roots like to be confined, and then you can transplant them, and you should transplant them into bigger pots after they start to establish their roots in here, which you'll know, he says, because these green leaves sprout and grow more in the middle, not so much on the outside. So anyway, I don't know if that was beneficial at all to explain all of that to you, but I thought I'd give it a shot. Because these roots are so long, I don't really want to jack them up too much while I'm putting them in there. So I'm going to be as careful as I can. This is about a 9-inch in length across pot. So I'm just going to try and dig a little bit of a hole. I want it to sit actually kind of up high, but the roots are so long that I figured if I just kind of hold it in place and start to fill around it, it's probably the best way to keep those roots intact. So that is what I will do. Just sort of fill around the root system. That looks pretty good. And that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for sticking it out. I know it's a little bit of a longer one, but if you don't mind, before you go, hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And I will see you in the next one. As always, I appreciate your support.